All right, Dan, thanks for taking the time here with us. We're super excited about what we're doing together between PAMP and Fender. And I think what we can do is have a couple talking points here about what's unique about this partnership, how it began, and sort of explain just what we're doing together and why we're so excited about it. So, if you want, you can go ahead and give your rendition of how it started, and then I'll go ahead and give my rendition of how it started.
Well, there was this guy named Drew who contacted me via LinkedIn, which is becoming the greatest tool to making new connections for us in the licensing world. But I remember that when you reached out to us, how excited we were because it was so different, and it wasn't like anything that we'd been approached for before. But also, look, it excited my inner child. I'm a stamp collector and a coin collector, so this was like a perfect thing for me. Also being a guitar collector, and it kind of brought in all those worlds into one. And so what do we meet in front of the Starbucks inside the Mandalay Bay? And
Exactly.
yeah, and it was just, from that moment on, it was the one that we just sat back here and went, this is really interesting and really different, and it seems really exciting. But even in the process of creation and, putting everything that you guys put together is just, it was just so fun because it was so different. A lot of what we do in licensing is t-shirts and apparel and everything. And not saying that it's not fun, but it's a little collectible stuff that really get us.
Yeah, exactly. So, we identified Fender right away as we started getting more and more into the collectibles space, and we thought that the brand was such an iconic brand. When we found out that there was a 75th anniversary right behind it, we just knew that there was a perfect match here, and this would speak, not only to our audience, which is traditionally coin buyers or bullion investors, but also to Fender fans. And, this is like a perfect crossover partnership where we can have people in Fender space, which are, guitar enthusiasts, music enthusiasts, and then we can harmonize that with people that PAMP and the MKS group deals with on a regular basis, which, like I said, are bullion investors and people that are just generally interested in precious metals. So when we got together and we decided that this would be something that would work, we knew that we could do more than just put a coin out into the market that just had the name Fender on it. We wanted to make it something different, something unique, something special. And I think we accomplished that not only with the playable guitar pick that we're coming out with, but also with the coin products that will commemorate the 75th anniversary of Fender, which is, I mean, more or less a monumental accomplishment for a company. So we think this will definitely resonate well with collectors around the world. PAMP being one of the highest precision manufacturers in the world for precious metals, and Fender with all of the amazing accolades and accreditations that you guys have. This just really kind of made sense for us to get together, put something out there into the universe, and give the fans what we believe they really wanted.
And it's interesting too, because, when we initially thought about this and everything, I don't think we really talked about a playable pick right from the get-go.
Yeah.
That was what I would call a fast follow.
Yeah.
And it became really interesting. And I remember actually showing it to our bosses and the guy that actually manufactured all of the picks inside of our for Fender, and kind of looking at it and everything, we were all like, wow, man, this is really special. I can see somebody really playing with this. And it kind of harks back to like Brian May playing with a slug or something. And it was like, well, this is the fanciest slug I'm ever going to see in my life. And
Oh,
for the
for
fact
sure.
that it's shaped like a more for a pick of a jazz artist and stuff like that. I'm going to be really honest. If I go out to some jazz show and I see the guitarist playing with that thing, I'm going to be over the moon.
Over the moon, yeah. And from what we've seen so far, we've had several both amateur and professional musicians use the pick, and I think that the overall comment that we've gotten from everybody is that the tone is just so different from what they've been able to achieve with just a regular nylon or plastic pick. And not only that, but it makes you feel kind of like a rock star when you're
And not
holding
only
a
that,
sterling silver
this
pick.
could be the one pick that you'll have for the rest of your life. That
Oh,
thing's not going to wear out like a celluloid pick.
Nope, this is silver. This is sterling silver. This is going to endure the test of time. You'll mark it up, but you know what? That tells the story of what you've done when you're playing.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Okay, so that's good. Let's see what else we got. So why is this pick any different to others?
That is a really good question. Um, Definitely the weight, the thickness, the materials, everything that's made out of it. It's, I don't want to say that, picks you just kind of throw away, but they do wear down and you throw them away at some point. If you look at a normal pick, you start kind of wearing out the tops. It flattens out at some point, and this one's just not going to happen. But then again, it's like when I look at some of the things that I've collected in my life and the coins and everything that I've collected, it's just like this is one you're not just going to buy one if you're really serious about it. If you're going to play with it, you're going to buy one, and then you're going to buy a few other ones that you're just going to kind of keep.
Mhm.
Unless a pick has an artist's name on it, you don't really collect them. They're kind of usable. They're something that you throw away. They're made out of celluloid, so they catch on fire very easily. But this one, really brings something different to the table because of the fact that it's sterling silver. We've never seen that. I've never seen anything like that in this industry, and so again, it's just another reason why it's so exciting.
Yeah, I think this also really supports the Fender custom shop because there's so many unique items that come out of Fender from that department. And I think that this kind of really supports that initiative. This is so different, what we were able to do by engineering the product in Switzerland, producing it at one of the really the most renowned mints in the entire world. It really lends itself to the credibility of the product, and with the Fender name behind it, we know that this is something that guitarists can buy and can play with confidently, knowing that they have something that's coming from a very strong manufacturer, one of the strongest manufacturers in the entire world for precious metals. And we think that this is something that we can continue to supply to the market as we need throughout time. So we're hoping that guitarists from many different generations get a chance to play with this, and especially now with everybody still having to be at home and in quarantine in one way, shape, or form. This will give you the unique ability for a reasonable price point to alter your sound and to experiment with what you can do at home while you've got the time to do so. And so we are really excited to see what the really creative musicians out there are able to accomplish while using this pick.
Well, it's an interesting thing that you said custom shop because, have been with the company for almost 5 years now. I've seen the custom shop make some really, truly incredible things that command a dollar value that I would never even think about before in my life. So it is interesting when you think about that. It does go within a wide range of stuff. Like the custom shop buyers and everything would definitely love this thing in a collectible standpoint. But even if you're I would say an intermediate or a beginner guitarist, this isn't an affordable price point that they can be able to pick up too. So it expands for so many people, for the collector, for the player, for the person who's concentrating on tone, and everything in between. It covers all of those different buyers, shoppers, genres, and everything else in the world.
Yeah, and even for just the collectors, right? I mean, this is the 75th anniversary. We're celebrating a huge milestone here, and we pay tribute to that by using the official 75th logo on the packaging. The pick comes in a nice capsule, so you don't have to worry about it dinging around in your case when you're traveling. And we can make sure that you can keep it safe, you can keep using it, you make sure you don't lose it, and we want everybody to be able to enjoy this for years to come, for sure.
It's funny that you mentioned the capsule. I did not see that coming. When I got it and I looked at that thing, I was like, okay, that is cool. It's not something you think about because if for somebody like me who's been to a million stamp and coin shops, you see the capsules on some things, but when you look at like older coins or something, you have that like kind of stapled card with the
Yeah.
die cut in the middle and the little, and the little film that kind of holds it in. So when you looked at it and you looked at the packaging, you were like, wow, this is really classy.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think it pays tribute to Fender and to PAMP. I mean, Fender is known for high quality products, great finishes, and same with PAMP. So again, I think just uniting the two brands is really helpful. And I think that it will definitely resonate well with our fans and collectors alike.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
Okay, so then let's talk about what does the future hold for PAMP and for Fender. So I'll go ahead and I'll take this one. So in the future, we've got the 1 ounce silver pick coin coming out that celebrates the 75th anniversary of Fender, and that is a legal tender coin product from the Solomon Islands with an actual value of cash if you wanted to go ahead and redeem it in the Solomon Islands. Not sure that it would be the best deal for anybody, but nonetheless, the commemorative product, you could go to the Solomon Islands and you could buy, a hamburger with it, or you could buy a cheeseburger if you wanted. But I think you'd get the short end of the stick, considering the face value is much less than what we'll be asking in the marketplace for the commemorative product.
It's funny too because when you look at that one product, it's the detail and the artistry in that thing is just incredible. But I did start laughing because you're right. Like, who's going to be the person that sits there and actually tries to use that thing as legal tender? It's like, you're right, man. They really did get the short end of the stick. Uh,
So
this is one of those items that, as a collector, like I just get really excited about because I just think of, I'm a 51-year-old guy now. By the time that I hit 80, I can't wait to see what that thing's going to be worth.
Oh yeah, I mean it should be tremendous. I mean we can't we can't predict the future, but there are only going to be a limited amount of these available for the 1 ounce pick coins. We only have 2,500 available worldwide, and we know that like many of our other collectible products, as soon as they're released, they get gobbled up, and then you can find them on the secondary market trading at a much higher premium. So this is one of those products where you're going to want to get in, you're going to want to buy it, you're going to want to hold on to it, and with time, you would hope that it would appreciate.
Absolutely.
Following that, we've got another couple exciting releases. We've got the Shaped Guitar series, right? So we're going to be commemorating not only the Telecaster, but also the Stratocaster, two of Fender's most famous guitars that you guys have ever made.
That's right.
So each of these are going to be unique in its own sense. It's going to be in the actual shape of the guitar, a full replica. There's going to be color, and just like the 1 ounce pick coin, each of these guitars is going to carry a face value, a legal tender of the Solomon Islands, and each of them we're only making 2,500 available worldwide. And based on our anticipated demand, these will likely go as soon as they're released. So we expect a quick sellout all around for the Fender branded products, and we cannot wait to see all of our collectors and fans of Fender getting their hands on these products, appreciating them, enjoying them, and hopefully appreciating in value as well.
That's right. Drew, it's been such an exciting union. I can't thank you enough for reaching out to us that one initial time and watching how these products have been developed and now starting to roll out and everything. It has just been phenomenal. And I can't thank you enough.